Whew, man. I didn't know if I was gonna make this video today. I'm gonna be real with you. I felt like maybe the wound's too recent. Right now we don't have any definition of anything going on Xbox. We still gotta wait till Thursday. But man, the community, the Xbox community, it's bad right now. Now, do I think the morale's down? Yes. People are saying like Xbox Civil War. I haven't really seen too much of that going on. Put in the comment section below, who's in a civil war? I ain't seen it. Maybe I'm a reserve. Maybe I'm not in the battlefield. I don't know. But I personally haven't seen it. So I'm curious what you guys have to say. What is the Xbox Civil War? Who's at war? Please someone tell me. But going on and everything, that there's just so much stuff going on right now. And first off, gotta come out openly and say it. Are some people being very emotional over this? Yes. But I think at the same time, what am I gonna say? People grown ass men. That's their decision to react the way they're reacting. Me, I'm on this Xbox, the ecosystem I'm part of, but I'm looking at it from, let's see what they announce. Let's see what happens, and then we're going to move on from there. Guys got to consider, especially on the content creation side, there's a lot of people in the industry that have built their entire brand off of Xbox. Now, you could even say me to a point. I've done it in a lot of huge ways. This whole channel, in my description, it says I'm an Xbox channel. Now, you guys know me. I talk about a variety of things, but a lot of things when it comes to my channel is Xbox related. So when you look at it from people that's built bigger brands around Xbox, such as like Code Eastwood, Ryan Thor, and the Xbox 2, there's a lot of scenarios where people are just looking at this from, a business situation. They're like, I done backed a brand that don't even know if they want to be a brand. Can you realistically have an Xbox channel in 2025 when exclusives going everywhere? I think you can. Like how I'm going to run things, I'm still going to talk about everything. I said a couple months ago that I'm going to start, squeezing in some more third party, just issues in the industry in general. Maybe drop some reviews, but for the most part, this channel will be revolved around Xbox for the future. Until that changes, I'm still in this. I'm in this to win it, man. There's so much stuff going on, and even at the end of the day, you guys know I might talk about hardware, and I do, but I talk about a lot about the games too. And you guys are still going to get updated on the games. You're going to want to get updated on what's happening with Elder Scrolls 6, what's happening with Avowed 2, what's happening with the Outer Worlds 4. You guys are still going to want that info. So I'm still in business. I'm still good. But like I said, I ain't going to bring more variety of content onto the channel. But you guys have pretty much seen it already. There's already content on the channel that's more of a variety thing. For the most part, Xbox is going to be the core, and I'm going to talk about, little stuff on the sides. As far as like the Xbox community, it is bad. It is. And I think the part that frustrates me the most is I personally think that every rumor, for the most part, was true. I think that things were going to happen in the way it was talked about, the way it was leaked. There's too many people that have really good track records. Too many of those individuals came out there and said that this rumor was true for it not to be true. Phil Spencer could have easily went out there and tweeted it wasn't true. And you know what else could have easily happened? Could have easily had someone like Bethesda just come out there and say, yo, Starfield has no plans as of right now to be brought to PlayStation. There's a lot of scenarios that could have happened to stop this from happening, but it didn't. Instead they said, well, we're doing a meeting Thursday. Show up there. To me, that screams, if things are a little bit better than we initially heard of from the leaks, I believe it was backtracked to some degree. Just like the Xbox One generation And just like the Xbox Live Gold, obviously none of this was confirmed by Xbox. And me personally, even if it was a slight chance that the outcry would have reversed Xbox losing its exclusives to some degree, and obviously I do think some games are still going over to PlayStation, but I'm optimistic. I don't think it's as many as was originally leaked. I think some of that has been backtracked. We're still going to have some compromise, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was. Look, people are they're frustrated. They don't know exactly what the future of the brand that they have, some people potentially thousands of dollars invested into. Then you got the content creator, influencer. They got a whole brand built around this brand. Now, obviously, that's none of your guys' fault, the people who's watching. And obviously, you probably watch a lot of these individuals, but at the same time, I can understand, I can sympathize with the content creators, the podcasters, not necessarily the streamers. They generally play games when you watch that. But, I can understand where they're coming from. If Xbox pivots to a degree and it leads to no Xbox, there's no more brand for them. And some of these people do full-time gigs on YouTube. So, I hate all this is going on, man. Once again, I don't know about no civil war going on. Maybe someone should comment that. Who is the Iron Man in the Civil War and who is Captain America? I'm sure you guys know. Don't act like you don't. The second conversation we're going to have is something that I felt was kind of interesting. Those of you know Helldivers 2 has been released, and it's getting mixed reviews on PC. Now, I played it. I like it. I think it's a fun game. But there is a lot of attacking going on when it comes to how they perform the microtransactions. Apparently, there's a lot of pay-to-win features in here where you could just straight up buy certain things in the store. Now, I have looked at it vaguely. I can understand to a point. I do. This is a PvE game. And I can understand the mindset when it comes to, you and your friend going in at the same time, but your friend dropped a bunch of money and he's got a lot more access to stuff than you do. And then, it's not a free to play game. It costs $40. So it's like, is that essentially worth the issue that you're having? And look, here's my stance when it comes to this. This isn't right. It's not. But this is one of those things where, especially when you look at the price points on the microtransactions, I didn't see anything above $20. Maybe they've changed that because these companies do tend to change things related to microtransactions after the game comes out. I didn't see anything on that. Right now, to my knowledge, $20 is the max. Put in the comment section below if they've changed that. It seemed pretty reasonable price points, man. I don't think microtransactions would be looked at so bad if they didn't have bundles that are worth more than the actual game itself. If more companies came out there like, toss us $2 or $3. We'll give you some nice shiny toys. I think the consumers would be a little bit more willing to let off that cash. But to me, what these companies do, they're like, give me 80 and I'll give you 2,000. Like, I don't like that. I think microtransactions are overpriced for what they offer you in value. And then some of them, you give them money, they give you a loot box. Now, I don't know if they've kind of faded some of those away, but generally that's how things go. For this particular thing, we want these games to do more. We got to be willing to let them do some of these scheming practices. I don't agree to it. I don't. I think they could easily, bring value to the game itself and throughout time sell more and more copies. I think they could easily do that. They don't necessarily have to go to these microtransaction ways. But when I see the price points and I see how, down to earth the pricing is, I'm a little bit less pitchforky with those kind of scenarios. I still don't agree to it. I don't agree with it. Listen to me. But at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe this is something not necessarily I can overlook, but I'm not going to bitch about it too much. What can I do? A lot of it is cosmetic. Now, obviously, there is stuff that you shouldn't be able to buy with these free-to-play things. And it is what it is when you can just buy these things instead of earning them in in-game currency. But at least they're giving the option to earn some of it. You know, some of the games, they're like, you can't earn none of this. It is what it is. I'm kind of curious your guys' opinion on this. You know, do you guys think that something like Helldivers being a, you know, a multiplayer PvE form type of game should have these type of pay to win features? You know, even though you're not really facing against another person and it would hurt the experience for the other person, you're facing AI. I'm kind of curious your guys' opinion in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button. It's always appreciated. You could always sub to the channel. We do weekly content up in this channel. Follow me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. You can also follow me on YouTube. My streaming channel is called The Addict Arena. Curious to see you guys up there. We'll chat it up, man. Everything's in the description below. But anyway, until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. Man, this Xbox thing has gone crazy, guys. It has. I ain't gonna lie to you.